Rode Ocean Hawk to win the big race at Worcester. Who's talking to Mark Richards?
Well, Carl, Ocean Hawk's won the biggest race here of the day, one of the most expensive novice chases that you can get at Worcester, but things didn't look too good when you were turning in here.
No, he's not a bad jumper, but he's not extravagant, and he's not very big, and he does struggle to stand off fences, so he just pops away, you know, he's quite economical. But, you know, against horses that are really standing off, he just loses the odd length.
Well, we can see on the screen that turning into the straight, you have gone for the inside run, that things run out of space a little bit, going to the ditch, but one could say that Oz didn't do himself any favours by doing it because he's ended up on the floor.
Yes, it's quite strange, actually, because as we turned around the bend, he was too off the inside rail. I presumed that's where he was going for better ground, and that's where he'd stay. So there's loads of room on the inside, so I went to go up the inside. And then he's continued to make a beeline for the wing, which I found quite a strange manoeuvre at the time. And, you know, maybe justice has paid off because he fell, but luckily he's all right.
Yeah, I'm going to say evasive action certainly did the right trick for you, because the old horse actually picked up and ran a bit for it as well.
That's right, he did, yeah. I mean, he actually went over the top of Jamie and gave him a bit of a kick, but he seems OK. But he picked up and ran, you know, in between the last two.
Well, probably fortunate for you, as you were saying, he hadn't been jumping the best, that there was such a long run to the last. Even when he got to the last, he managed to get a short one in where it looked like you weren't looking for it.
That's right, he had a real good look in front. He had a lead all the way around, and he got to the front. He just pricked his ears and had a look at everything. But luckily he got over it, so happy now.
Well, we've had a quick word with Nigel, and he's rushed off, but the future for him looks as though it's not going to be over fences just for the time being.
Yeah, so when we came in, you know, staying chases on soft ground, you know, 3.5 miles sort of thing, 3.25 plus, we can go for them. Otherwise, maybe back for the big long-distance hurdle races, because, you know, he isn't very big, and so he does struggle to really wing fences. Well,
the long walk, of course, at Ascot would probably be his next target, then?
That'd be ideal, you know, if it's soft ground around there, 3 miles, a good stiff track, would be ideal for him.
Well, at least he's had the decent novice chase out of him, so you can always go back to chasing in the future, hopefully, if all goes wrong over hurdles.
That's right. Money in the bank for today, anyway.
Carl Llewellyn looking very happy after that win. He looked gutted, didn't he, when he said that he accidentally galloped all over Jamie, didn't he?
No, that's right. I mean, you know, it's one of those things. It does happen.
No, Carl Llewellyn obviously in great form, but let's get racing on the way. And the next race is the 3:10 from Market Raisin, and I think we've got a show in. Danny.
And the even money favourite on the first show, number 9, Fanfaron. 7-4, number 4, Let's Be Frank. It's then 4-1, number 5, Nicky D. 10-1, number 8, William Rufus. 20-1, number 3, Jules Joy. 25-1, number 7, Viking Rod. And 33-1, number 10, Crime Stopper. Depleted field here, only 7 for this novice chase. The non-runners are numbers 1, Be The One, 2, Foundry Lane, and 6, Far Smoother.
Well, Fanfaron is favourite there. Charlie Edgerton's horse has been in good form. Hasn't run for 428 days, but that wouldn't worry. He's had a couple of winners recently. That River Lossy hadn't run for ages. He can get him fit, can't he? Well,
that's right. I mean, he's like you say, he had a nice winner today, and he was on the racing channel yesterday and looked fit himself yesterday. So
I think you'd rather hope that Fanfaron might look slightly fitter than himself. But
no, but yeah, I mean, there'll be no problem with fitness.
There we can see walking out is Let's Be Frank, Noel Chance's horse, Andy Thornton on top. What sort of chance do you give this one?
Again, I mean, I put a question mark by fences.
Right.
First couple of runs last season, novice chase, and he wasn't, you know, I don't know whether it was, but he's a year older, you know, and obviously Noel Chance is a very, very good trainer. He'd have well schooled him, and he looks fit and ready for the job.
Yeah, I mean, we watched it all afternoon. This ground is really, really, doesn't often get really deep up at Market Raisin. It gets sloppy, doesn't it, more than anything? And it's what horses are going to handle it. And you would think that Fanfaron, being French bred, would probably handle it better.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, Charlie Edgerton's horse, I mean, again, he's in great form. You've got to respect every single horse that comes over from France because, you know, it's the same as anything. Martin Pipe started the trend and everyone sort of copied and gone over and then bought them and this, that and the other. I mean, he'll be buying them from probably Istanbul next and they'll all be following.
Well, Let's Be Frank has been supported in market. He's now down to 6-4 favourite. And earlier on, Doug Fraser caught hold of his trainer, No Chance.
No, Let's Be Frank seemed to take pretty well to fences at the end of last season. How do you expect him to go today? Well, he jumped pretty good on his first run, and he lost his confidence a bit in his second run, and I was a bit concerned, so I dropped him back to hurdles, and he won a nice race here on Boxing Day. But by and large, he schooled quite well, and I'm very happy to hear Foundry Lane is out, because that was a major danger. Edgy's horse is a danger as well, but he should run a good race. He'll acquit himself well.
Ground conditions here pretty testing. How would that affect your horse?
Well, we used to think he needed good ground, but he came here on Boxing Day in terrible ground, and he sluiced through it, so he should be okay.
Pretty steady start to the season as far as your stable is concerned. All the horses running pretty well now?
Well, we've only had 2 runners up to today, and they've been slow to come to hand. We've a lot of young horses, can't rush them. You know, we've no real handicappers apart from this fella here, so which means, you know, not many runners, and we haven't got that many novice hurdlers either. But, you know, we haven't fancied anything that's got beaten. That's the main thing.
Fingers crossed for you today, Noel. Thanks for talking to us.
Fingers crossed, Dougie. Thank you.
Good trainer, no chance. It's gone a bit quiet since Mr. Mulligan, but so if the horse is good enough, he is. But there's been a bit of a move in the market, Danny.
And no chance runner, clear favourite. 6 to 4, number 4, Let's Be Frank. 2 to 1, Big Drifter, number 9, Fanfaron. 4 to 1, number 5, Nicky D. 10 to 1, number 8, William Rufus. 25 to 1, numbers 3, Jill's Joy, and 7, Viking Rod. And 33 to 1, number 10, Crime Stopper.
Well, the market tells us that it's a 2-horse race, Fanfron and Let's Be Frank. Would you agree with that?
I think I probably would. You've obviously got to respect...
This Fanfron, look at it. He's got a bit dodgy head carriage, isn't he?
Yeah, but Jimmy, you know, he's...
He hasn't got any front tail. Look at Jimmy, good hands.
No, it's you've got to respect these French horses. I mean, you know, they're the form that they've got is very, very good. You know, he's got form around Auteuil. Auteuil is like Cheltenham. I mean, the prize money there is fantastic. The quality of horses is wonderful. Interesting to see how much they paid for this horse.
Yeah. But
you would say it'd be a 2-horse race. I would favour this horse purely because he'd have been jumping fences probably since he was a 2-year-old. You know, he's got plenty of experience, I would imagine.
I would think this could be quite handy. Look at the head, because he actually had a double yesterday. Jim McCarthy rode one of those for him at Windsor, and I would think this could be fairly keen. Looks so it's.
Yeah, I mean, again, the French horses, they go in the ground, generally, but they don't find an awful amount off the bridle.
No.
They all travel, and then go bonk.
Well, this one's been an alarming drifter in the betting. Was even money, now is out to 9 to 4, so certainly looks like Let's Be Frank's the one they're going for. What, do you give anything else a chance in the race?
You've obviously got to respect people like Owen Brennan, you know, great old trainer. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say old trainer. Great trainer. You know, he's obviously with Strath Royale winning the big race up at Weatherby and finishing 4th at Haydock. He is a really, really good trainer. He bought a lovely horse yesterday from Doncaster. You've got to respect those sort, you know, Peter Bowman, Nicky D. But I mean, I do, you know, struggling to find anything else to go with the 2, Let's Be Frank and Fanfaron.
Right, well, shows are coming in thick and fast. We've got a show through for our showcase race. Danny.
Here's a check on the betting at Worcester for the 320. Number 11, Manamio, doesn't run, leaving 12 runners. Favourite is number 9, Seymour Swift at 4 to 1. Already support for number 6, Boots Madden, 9 to 2 from 5 to 1. 5 to 1 then number 8, King of the Burren. 6 to 1 numbers 2, Mountain Path, and 7, Mr Magnetic. 9 to 1 number 10, Major's Legacy. 10 to 1 number 1, Storm Damage, and number 3, Sophie May. 12 to 1 number 4, Flapjack Lad. 25 to 1 number 5, Lottery Ticket. 40 to 1 number 12, Full of Bounce. 50 to 1 number 13, Allo George. That's the betting at Worcester on the 320, a 2 mile 7 furlong handicap chase. Update on the betting now at Market Raisin. 11 to 8 favourite now, number 4, Let's Be Frank here at Market Raisin. 5 to 2, drifting all the time, number 9, Fanfaron. 7 to 2, being nibbled at, number 5, Nicky D. That's in from 4 to 1. Also money for number 8, William Rufus, cut 2 points to 8 to 1 now from 10s. 25 to 1 numbers 3, Jill's Joy, and 7, Viking Rod, and 33 to 1 number 10, Crime Stopper.
Right, let's go over to Market Race now, and our commentator there's Mark Johnson.
Thanks very much indeed, Luke. Fanfaron, very, very headstrong on the way to post, and I thought Jim McCarthy did well to keep him as settled as he did, but I really do like this Let's Be Frank. I was here when he won here over hurdles earlier in his career. He's a lovely stamp of horse. He's a typical